Hello, and welcome to Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Today I'm going to read to you from Standing Too Close by Kate Larkindale. Chapter 1. The bell rings as I empty my locker. After so many years, I'm conditioned and jump, ready to slam it shut and run to class. All around me, people rush in every direction, voices raised to be heard over the chatter and banging of locker doors. I should be among them, hurrying to get to bio on the second floor. But I don't hurry. I don't need to worry about being late to bio or French or English or any of my classes anymore. As of 10 minutes ago, I'm no longer a student at Milton High. The thought makes me dizzy, and I let my body sag against the lockers. Something swims through my midsection, but I can't tell if it's nerves, excitement, or terror. Probably all three. You coming, Blue? I turn and find Sasha McLeod looking up at me, her violin slung over one shoulder as always. I'll catch up, I tell her, diving back into my locker. I bump my head on the shelf inside, the same way I have at least once a day since school started. Whoever designed these things didn't have guys my size in mind. Well, okay, she says. But hurry, you know how Mr. Farnsworth gets if you're late. She runs off, and I rub the sore spot above my eye while I watch her join a group of kids at the base of the staircase. My head feels light, and not from banging it. My throat thick. I'm not going to get emotional. It's my choice to quit. Well, that's what I keep telling myself. If I don't, I'll rip up the piece of paper the principal signed and take the detention Mr. Farnsworth will no doubt give me for being late. I shove the last of my things into my backpack and sling it over my shoulder. It's surprisingly light, but why wouldn't it be? I've returned all my textbooks. All I had to clear out of my locker were a handful of dead pens, some stinky gym clothes, and a binder full of papers I'll never look at again. The halls are empty now, and eerily silent. I slam the locker closed, enjoying the way its clang echoes through the corridor. I picture teachers frozen in front of their classes, heads cocked at the noise, kids straightening in their chair, eager for whatever is going on outside to take them away from the boredom of conjugating verbs or solving quadratic equations. Sorry, peeps, I mutter as I march down the hallway and out the double doors at the far end. Nothing to see here. I squint in the bright morning light. Despite the sun, it's cold, and I zip up my jacket to my chin, turning the collar up in the hope it might keep my ears warm. The bus stop is outside the school grounds. I only have to make it across the parking lot and I'm out. I glance back at the hulking brick building. Sage is in there somewhere. Hopefully not in a classroom on this side. Or, if he is, I hope he's not looking out the window. I didn't tell him where I was going when we got to school this morning. Didn't tell him about the form in my pocket on which I'd forged Mum's signature. Telling my brothers I've dropped out isn't going to be easy. I'd rather tell them both together, rather than having to go through it twice. Cringing, I step off the grass verge and onto the parking lot. Wiley won't be so bad. He's too young to understand the seriousness of what I've done. Sage, though, well, Sage will, and he'll know why. I only hope I can keep him from blaming himself. A car barrels into the parking lot. Hey! I leap out of the way, back onto the verge, which is damp and slippery from the morning's frost, now melted. The heel of my work boot hits a bald spot and skids across slick mud. I stumble, falling to one knee as the car pulls up and stops a little past me. The click-clack of heels hurries toward me. Are you okay? I get up, brushing at the mud and grass stains streaking the right leg of my jeans. Great. A meeting with the boss at noon, and now I look like I've been playing football or something. I sigh. Yeah, I'm fine. Blue? The woman's voice is hoarse but familiar. I look up from my ruined jeans and find myself looking at my English teacher. She's been in and out of school the last few weeks. She looks thin and pale. Something happened, something terrible. I can't remember exactly what. People whispered about it in the hallways, but like most school gossip, it drifted over me without sticking. "Hi, Miss Applegarth," I said. "No classes this period?" "I could ask the same thing of you." I shake my head. "No, I don't have class. I won't ever have a class again." Saying the words aloud makes them real. Fuck. I don't ever have to suffer through a boring lecture again. I don't have to do homework again. I don't have to deal with Coach Gary constantly trying to recruit me for his football team. My throat thickens. Not having to do homework or dodge overzealous football coaches sounds good, but I know as well as anyone doing this will limit my future. "Blue?" Mrs. Applegarth raises her eyebrows, a curious expression on her face. "Is everything all right?" I like Mrs. Applegarth. Her class was fun. She never asked us to dissect books or ask dumb questions about why certain characters do the things they do. People do stupid things. It's a fact of life. The same people hurt the ones they're supposed to care about the most. "I gotta go," I say. "See you around, Mrs. A." "Blue." She touches my arm as I step off the grass. "What's wrong? Please tell me." I shake loose. "Nothing's wrong. I dropped out this morning. Now I have to catch the bus." "You dropped out?" Mrs. Applegarth gasps. "You? Oh, Blue, why?" I bite at my lower lip, scraping my teeth across the just healing split. It's not visible because the worst of the cut was on the inside, but I can feel the scab beneath my teeth. "Talk to me, Blue." She sounds tired. I look at her and realize she looks tired too, exhausted. She's put makeup on, but it isn't enough to hide the dark rings beneath her swollen, bloodshot eyes. "Are you okay, Mrs. A?" I ask. She looks like she's been crying all night. "You look, well..." I trail off. Probably not a good idea to tell your teacher, even a former teacher, she looks like shit. Especially a teacher like Mrs. Applegarth, who has always seemed so put together. She gives a bitter, humourless laugh. "Am I okay?" "No, I'm not. But we're not talking about me. Why would a smart boy like you drop out?" Way to deflect, lady. She's smooth, I'll give her that. But if she's not answering me, and I'm not answering her, I guess we're at an impasse. "Smart, huh? So smart you gave me a C on my last paper." The hint of a smile twitches the corner of her lips. "That's not why you're dropping out. I gave you a C because you're better than that paper. You're too smart to turn in sloppy work like that." I rub my hand across my forehead. The paper was sloppy. I wrote most of it in stolen moments between packing boxes at the warehouse and finished it between 3 and 5 in the morning while trying to keep Mom from choking on her own vomit. No, that's not why I'm dropping out. But I'm not going to tell her anything more. "Can I help?" Mrs. Applegarth takes a step toward me. "If you're having problems at home..." I shake my head, backing away from her. "I'm fine. I don't need any help. Everything's good." I hate the way the words spill out automatically now. The lies. But I need them. I know all too well what happens when people like Mrs. Applegarth help. I don't need that kind of help. Not now. I'll be 18 in less than 11 months. I just have to keep everything together until then. The bell rings behind me. Has it been 50 minutes already? I have to move. If Sage sees me here... "I really have to go," I say. "You're a great teacher, Mrs. A. I really enjoyed your class." "So keep taking it," she urges. "Whatever's going on, you shouldn't quit school. Don't jeopardize your future. It's hard enough to get a good job with a degree, let alone without a diploma." "See you around, Mrs. A." I turn away. But I know she's right. Hope whatever's going on with you gets better. And I bolt. When I get to the bus stop, I look back and find her in the same position on the grass, head bowed, hair falling around her face like a curtain. It looks like she hasn't even brushed it. And as the bus pulls in, I deposit myself on one of its hard, cracked vinyl benches. I swear I see her shoulders shaking. My last glimpse of the high school is of the sun glinting off the windows and the tear-streaked face of my teacher. I look away, not wanting to stare at her misery. I face forward, looking directly into my future, no matter how bleak and uncertain it looks right now.